welcome. I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve Twisted by the Pedaling Pianist. If you would like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, it'll be the first link in the description. Let's have a look at the rules. Sudoku. In each n by n grid, place the digits 1 to n once in every row, column and box. So this is a 4 by 4 grid, so we're going to place the digits 1 to 4 in every row, every column and every box. Same for all of the 4 by 4 grids. In this 6 by 6 grid, it says in the slanted 6 by 6 grid, digits should be entered only in the middle of cells. So yeah, these are where the digits are going to go. And then each row, I guess, each column, that could be column or row the other way around. And then each box, I'm going to place the digits 1 to 6 in. Okay. 4 by 4 disjoint. A digit may not appear in the same position in multiple 4 by 4 grids. So if I determine that this is a 1, then I cannot place a 1 here, or here, or here. Right. X sum arrows. Each arrow contains a 2-digit number with the tens digit on the shaft and the ones digit on the head. So what does that mean? If I placed a 1 there and a 4 there, then this would be a 14 arrow. The 1 on the shaft, the 1 is a tens digit on the shaft and a 4 in the ones digit. This could be as high as 6 and 5 there because this is a 6 by 6. And then this arrow would have the total of 65. Okay. Let's have a look. The number on an arrow gives the sum of the first x digits seen in a straight line in the indicated direction where x is the first digit seen. What does that mean? Oh, actually, yeah, we'll carry on. Arrows only see cells that contain digits, i.e. blank spaces, such as those not belonging to any grid, are not seen. Okay, so what does that say? That says that if that were 14, then if this were a 3, then this 14 has to be made up of these 3 cells because the first digit seen is the 3. And so those 2 cells would have to add up to 3 plus 11. Those 2 cells would have to add up to 11. All right. And that is it. I am going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. Okay. So all of these arrows are 2 cells long. So what they see is at least 10. In fact, it's at least 12, right? Yes, because both digits in the... Well, that one could be as little as 11, because that could be 1 and 1. All right. Can this be as high as 3? I think the answer to that is going to be no, because the maximum that could be is 4. And then that could see a 4 there, a 3 there, a 6 there, and a 4 there, which would be 17. So actually, the maximum that this can see is 17. 4, 3, 6, and 4. So that is definitely a 1. It can't even get as high as seeing yeah, it can't even get as high as seeing 20 something. So what about this? Can this be a 3? So this could be a 6. No, it can't. That can be a 4. That's the maximum that can be. So that would be 4 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6, because they're in the same box. So that would be 4 plus 6 is 10. 5 plus 6 is 11. That's 21. In fact, that's what that must be. So it's got to be 2 and 1. I can't get higher than 21, but this has to be at least a 2. So that is now a 4. That's a 6. And then that's 5 or 6. And that is 5 or 6. Okay. So that is either 13 in 4 cells or 14 in 3. Well, if this were a 3, we would have 5 plus 6 is 11, which is not 14. So that's 13, that's 14. Sorry, that's 13, that's a 4. So now we've got 6, and we need another 5. Wait. No, we need another 7. 6 plus 7. So these two have to add up to 7, but this can't be a 1. So that's 2, 3, or 4. Can't be a 1 because of our disjoint set rule. So that's that 1 there stops that being a 1. So these two add up to 7. So 4 plus 3, 3 plus 4, and 2 plus 5. That's our options for that. Okay, let's fill in some candidates here. In fact, that 1 makes that a 3 and a 1. So we get a 2, 3 there. No, wait, that's a 1. That was 2, 3, yeah. Okay. Okay, by our disjoint set rule, that is not a 1, so that's at least a 2. That could be a 6. Can this be 3, is the question. Right, that could be 6, that could be 5, that could be 6. Need 3 more digits, which could be 4, 3, and 2. So those 3 would add up to 9, plus 6 is 15, plus 5 and 6, which is 11. 15, that's 26. So that is in fact a 2. That can't be a 3 by disjoint set. So that is a 1 or a 4. Okay. I think this is interesting. All right, this is the highest this digit can be is a 6. If this were a 6, then this arrow would be counting. Oh, would be counting all of these digits along here. And 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. So the maximum that can be is a 2. That's a 1 or a 2. Okay, the maximum that can be is a 4, because I can only see a maximum of 4 digits in this direction. So if that were a 4, that could be a 5, that could be a 6, that could be a 4, because we've got a 5, 6 in this box. So that would be 10 plus 9 is 19. So that's a 1. I can't get to 20. Let me just double check that. Maximum that can be is a 4, because it can only see 4 cells. Maximum that can be is a 5 because of the 6 in the box. So that's 9. Maximum this can be is a 6 and a 4 because we've already got a 5. So that would be 10. That's 9. 19. So actually the maximum this can be is 16. But right. So that's 12 to 16. Could that be a 3? That would be a 5, which would be 8. Then that's a 5 or a 6. 6, 9, 14. So yes, that could be a 3. Could that be a 2? No, because then the maximum is 7. So that's a 3 or a 4. Okay. I know it seems... Yeah, so these two cells, we've already allocated digits in the equivalent cells in the other two 4x4s. So neither of those cells can be a 1 or a 2, so they are 3 or 4. And that's actually a 3-4 pair. That may come in useful later. Okay. Right. This could be a 6. That could be 6 and 5, which would be 17. 4, 3, 2 would be another 9. So 17 plus 9 is 26. So that is a maximum of 2. This can't be a 2 because 2 plus 6 would be 8. Oh, so that's at least a 3. By disjoint set, that is not a 1, that is a 2. So now that can't be a 3 because if that were 5 and 6, that's 11, 12, 13, 14. That's not high enough. If that's not a 2, that's not a 2. Sorry, if that is a 2, this cannot be a 2 by our disjoint set rule. That had to add with that to be 7, so that can't be 5. All right. By Sudoku, that is a 2. And that makes those two a 1-4 pair. Nice. Okay, by Sudoku, one of those is a 2 and one of those is a 2. We know that one of those is a 2. And we know that one of these is a 2. So neither of these can be a 2. So that, first of all, that is not a 2 and is in fact a 1. And then given that that can't be a 2, it's a 3 or a 4, and that makes that 2. That's really clever. Okay. So now this is 11 through 14. Okay. If that's a 2, that's 6. If that's, so that's not 2. That could be a 6, but that's only 8. If that's a 3, then okay, let's look at it from a different perspective. If that's a 5, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the smallest those 5 digits could be on this line, which would be 15. So that can't be a 5 or a 6. We've already said it can't be a 2, so it's a 3 or a 4. That gives me a 3, 4 pair in the row. What's this? This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we already have 7 out of these two, because no matter whether that's 3 or 4, that's going to be included in the sum. So those are 7. If this were a 3, then 7 plus 1 digit, which has to be at least a 2 would only make that to 9, so it'd have to be at least a 5. So 7 plus 5 is 12. Yes, so 4, 3, 2, and 1 only makes 10. But given that we have a 3, 4 here, the next digit up we can go is moving the 5 to a 2. Sorry, the 2 to a 5. So even if it is a 3, that's a minimum of 5. So we're going to get to at least 12. That can't be a 1. So if that's a 5, if this is 3, 5, 4, and that's 12. If that's 3, 6, 4, that's 13. If this is 4, we've got 7, possibly 8, 9. Would be minimum, plus 5 would be 14. Okay. All right. I can place a 1 in this Sudoku there. Right. This digit and this digit are a 3, 4 pair. By our disjoint sets, we've got a 2 there and a 1 there. So now that becomes a 2 by Sudoku. Okay. So that means that one of those two is a 1. If one of those two is a 1, then that one isn't. That's a 4. All right. So this, actually, I'm going to do the disjoint. That's a 4. That's not a 4, sorry. That's a 1. So that's a 3 or 4. That makes that 1. This digit now sees a 1, 2, and 3 in its disjoint set, so that's a 4. That makes this a 1, 3 pair, which makes that 4. That makes that 3, and that 4, and that 3, and that 4, and that removes 4 as a candidate from there. That is a 2, 3 pair. That is a 2, 4 pair. That 2, 4 pair means that this is a 1, 3 pair. That pair of 2, 4 pairs makes this a 1, 3 pair by disjoint set. That makes that 4. That's a 1 and a 3. That's a 1 and a 3. Anything else I can do? That is 2 or 4. That's a 1. That's 2 or 3. Right. Neither of those can be 1s because of my purple and yellow ones. I've got 1 in one of those two. I've got a 1 in one of those two, which by Sudoku then makes that a pair of 1s. Okay, let's have a look at this 24. So if that's 3 plus 11 is not nearly enough, 4 plus 11 plus 3 would be 15, 18, so that's not 4. So it's definitely 5 or 6. So if that's 5, those two are 5 no matter which way they resolve. So that's 10. So those two would have to be 14, which is not enough because the highest in 2 digits on a 6 by 6 is 2 6s, which is 12. So that's a 6. That means that I'm going to add those two plus these 3. So that is 14. These two need to add to 10. Maximum that can be is a 5, which would make that a 5. That could be a 4, which would make that a 6. So that's a 4 or a 5, and that's a 5 or a 6. Okay. This is at least a 12. If that were 3, that could be 5, that could be 6. Okay, so if that's 3, that's 5, and that's 6. So 11, 12, 13, 14. That's at least 14. No, that's the... Wait. That's the maximum that could be. If that were 3, 1, 6, or well, 3, 1, 5 would be 9. So yeah, I can get as low as... This is at least 12. We've made that a 3 somehow, which makes that a 4. That makes that 3. That's telling. That's 4. That has to be 5 or 6 now, I think. 6 would be 13. 5 would be 12. So yes, that is 5 or 6. That doesn't resolve that. That does mean that this is now definitely 4 cells. So that's 9. Those two are 9 or 10. And then those two have to, if that's a 6, those two add to that digit. If that's a 5, then those two add to one less than that digit. think. Okay, that 4 means that that's not 4. And that is now a 1, 2, 3 triple. That's not a 3. That 6 makes that a 5. There we go. So that's 12. That makes that a 2. That's a 4. That's a 3. That's going to do some work. That's a 2. That's a 4. That makes that 2 and that 4 by disjoint. That is a 4 by Sudoku. That is a 2 or a 3. That's a 2. That's a 3. Right. By Sudoku, one of these two is a 4, but it's not that one by disjoint. So that's a 4. That now places a 4 here. Okay. That's a 1 or a 3. That can't be 1 or 2 by disjoint. That can't be, sorry, that is only 1 or 2. It can't be 3 or 4 by disjoint. That can't be 3 or 4 by disjoint, but it can't be 2 by Sudoku. So that's a 1. That makes that 2. That makes that 2. That's 1. That's 3. 1 and 3. That's 3, 1, 3, and 1. That 3 and 2 there make that 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. By disjoint, this is 1 and 3 and 3 and 1. That's a 1. That's 4. By disjoint, that is 2. So that's 3, 2, 4, and 3. Okay, that is the small Sudokus done. So now we know that this is 23. These are 2, 4, 6. So if that is 5, then we are counting these digits. So if that's 5, then we get, that's 8 plus 5, which is 13. So I need that to be 10, which isn't going to happen. So that's a 6. That's a 5. So now the digits we are totaling to 13 are these. Get 8, 9, 10, 11, 19, wait, 6, 6 plus 9 is 9. Sorry, 6 plus 3 is 9. Plus 8 is 17. Plus 6 is 23. So that is 16. So now that 6 makes that 5, and that is 6. So these two add up to 10, so these two have to add up to 6. Can't be 1, 5 because 5 sees both cells. Could be 2, 4. It could be a pair of 3s. Okay, by Sudoku we place a 6 here. We've resolved that. That's a 5, and I think that meant we need to make that a 5. Let's just double check. So 6 plus 5 is 11. 1, 2. So that's 8. That's 19. Yes, that's 5 to make it 24. That's a 5 by Sudoku. That makes that a 5 by Sudoku. That 4 means that that is not 4. So that is not 2. I think I've done all of my arrows apart from this one. Okay. Those are from 2, 3, and 4. That's a 1 or a 2. That's 1, 2, 3. Yep, that 4 makes that 2. That makes that 4. That's now a 1, 3 pair, making that 4. That's a 2, 3 pair, making that 1. That's 2. In this row or column, that can't be 4, so that's where the 4 goes. That makes that 3, 1, and 3. That makes that 4. And then I need a 2 and a 1 in those. That is not 3. We have a 2, 3 pair there. That's a 1. That makes that 2, 1, 2. That has to be 3. That's a 1. This 3 makes that a 3 by the arrow. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's a 2. Yep. That is a really fun puzzle. Definitely Twisted seems to fit the bill. But I really enjoyed it. It's got some interesting, different logic, and I love the aesthetics of it as well. Thank you very much to the Pedaling Pianist for setting it. If you like the solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.